What's up, everybody? So here we've got the first box in a very long time from Zen Market. This is our second box from Zen Market, I believe. This one's a lot of posters, actually. I think there's some U-Beat rubbers and maybe some other stuff in here. Mostly posters, tons of them. There's been a lot of good deals on there, so I've been picking them up. I went through a lot of ideas of whether we were going to just ship these with our container. It ended up being actually almost just as expensive to deal with, and more hassle just to deal with everything. So we just shipped it through, I think this one was FedEx. I don't know. But anyway, it's here before our other boxes, which shipped at the beginning of last month. So that's good. And this was only, I think, 120 bucks. So even if I saved 50 or 60 bucks another route, I'm okay getting this. So let's dig right into it, and we will put these up. We've got our handy dandy fridge here we cleared off so that we can set up poster frames or posters a little bit easier to display. So again, I'm expecting there to be pretty good packing job done on this, since our last one from Zen Market was great. Let's fold this down, and you can see, I mean, it's basically just packing material there. I'm going to flip it all, just throw it all out on the floor. I'm actually going to use a lot of this packing material. I've got a bunch of stuff going out, and as you can see, this is pretty much just posters, and it's actually a pretty heavy box for something like that. I'm going to set this down, and we'll just get right into it. There's a spattering of newer and older game posters in here. There's also, God, I don't know, that's a lot of posters. I mean, look at this thing. Just look at this. It's like 4 posters deep. I mean, you know, I don't think we're going to get through all of these, but maybe we'll do half and come back to it later. This is a lot. Let's see here. I'm just going to take out a couple rolls and go at it for now and see how it goes. You want to come on over and help me out with these? Yeah, first right off the bat, we've got here, this is a Konami Arcade Championship 7th poster. A couple of these went up recently, and I went straight for them. These are all really pretty. I don't think they're super high value, but they'll be a neat item to put up in the arcade, because I think those were arcade promotional posters, and you know, the objective for me is to put these in a quote-unquote arcade. So here we have the Nostalgia original poster. This one is gloss, very nice. I have the Opus second one. I think was printed only, like you got a PDF, because I haven't seen one as an original, and I have a print of that. So I wanted to have these go together. As far as I know, Opus 3 did not get one. I asked about it, and I don't think that there is a poster for it at all. Okay, next up, we'll just keep going at it the same way. Now this one's got some upside down. Go ahead, grab that side. I'm just going to pull this all the way down. This one, I think, is Code of Joker. Yeah, I'm going to just hit the floor. This one's Code of Joker, The Agents. I picked this up. This is a game you're probably never going to see anymore, but it is a nice looking poster. And again, some of these posters I picked up were maybe 10 bucks, 15 bucks or something. So for something really cool like this, you know, this might be one of the posters we rotate every once in a while or something like that. But since I was getting a bunch of posters anyway, you know, 10, 15 bucks here is cool. And just as a side note, all of these, I didn't bother, you know, putting them on my business tab. These are for myself. These are kind of a personal collection thing. So here's another Code of Joker one. Code of Joker, grow equals win. Sure, I don't know. I actually don't know very much about Code of Joker. Other than that, it kind of didn't really take off, or it was one of those games, you know, that doesn't last very long. And then this is yet another Code of Joker poster, Code of Joker Rebirth. Just really nice artwork, and one of those things that it just looks better in person than it does in pictures. Like, it's just, they're really nice. So, like, who knows that I'll ever have enough space to display all of these? I would love to. But even if it's 5 years, 10 years from now, I'll eventually get to that. Okay, we've got some smaller ones here, and these I think were some of the ones I was more excited to pick up. This is actually Melty Blood. This poster was folded in the listing, but that's fine, because sometimes a lot of these come that way. This is a smaller one. I think this would be B2. I don't know. It might be one of the other sizes, but this is a Melty Blood Act Cadenza for Naomi GD-ROM. This is an arcade poster. Making you work over there. Don't worry, I'll pick it up. Meaner, meaner, meaner. Okay. Now the fun part is, after all this, going to be trying to get everything back into a nice semblance of order and get them put into cold storage. Because, oh yeah, almost all of these after this point are wrapped neatly like this, which I assume Zen Market does. So that's one thing, and again, I've mainly only shipped posters from them. They do posters really well, and I'm considering ordering other things through them on my next batch, just because, like, I'd like to see, and they do a great job with these. Okay, so we've got some Quiz Magic Academy posters here. Like, I'm one of, what, maybe 2 or 3 people that even remotely give a shit about this game, but the posters are cute, they're good looking, so, and again, most of these very, very, very cheap. You'd be surprised, I think even some of the more popular posters that I've picked up, the price that we actually pay for them. I don't remember exactly with any of these, but I want to say all the posters in that box might have cost us about $600. So this is another Melty Blood poster. This one is a CS poster for the PlayStation 2 version. What's up?
You don't smell that cigarette smoke coming off of that one?
No. Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's been an arcade though, I'll say that much. But actually, I don't know if you can see it in the camera there, but actually the edges are starting to kind of yellow on that as well. But yeah, I expect that to happen with a lot of what we open. Especially like some of them, I do like to go for posters that have damage, or you can tell it's been in an arcade. So a lot of people don't want to bid on those. For me, I don't care. And then when you put them behind a frame, put them up, you either don't notice, or honestly, I think it adds character. Like, yes, it's nice to have one that's in immaculate shape and all that stuff. It's really cool, but I don't care about that. I like the art. So let's see what we've got in here. Wow, this is one that I've been looking for a very long time. There's one seller that has a bunch of posters listed that refuses to sell the depot services, and I just didn't bother, getting around it. I can. For some reason, there aren't very many of these, and I really love the art for Rafflesia. So finally, a different seller put this up, and we picked it up. This is a poster I've been looking for a very long time, and I think I actually paid a little bit more for this one. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. I think actually once we get about halfway through this, I'm going to call it quits, and I think put up another video of the rest of it, because there's a lot of there. We're not going to get through all this in any amount of reasonable time, no matter how fast we do this. And man, these are all really carefully packed. They're really secure in there. You can tell they didn't all, these definitely didn't come from the seller like this. Not all of them. Okay, here we got a Sega poster. This is probably Tunathan. No, actually, that doesn't look like Tunathan. There's a bunch of Tunathan posters in here somewhere. Shining Force Cross. Ah, yeah, so I'm really glad this turned up too, because this is a game that's long since gone, and if anybody's played like the original Shining Force games, all of the recent ones went straight to arcade. So these are really cool. I got this because I have two cabs and we are working on trying to get them running again. So it'd be really neat to have these that poster along with that. So this is actually one of the my big wins that I took out of this order for myself. Oh, looks like this one has some damaged corners. It probably came that way, but that's fine. Again, I don't really care. The prices I paid on a lot of this stuff were, reflecting of that. So here we're starting the Tunathan one. There's going to be a lot more of these because for some reason people were listing these for almost nothing. I think some of these I won for 600 yen. And I picked up a bunch. I'm probably never going to be able to display all of them, but I've got Tunathan Amazon there. Cool, nothing. I don't know what it was. Like, Sega put out a lot of posters for this game in particular. So, not even just one per version, but there's quite a few. Oh, so this one has some yellow spots on the back and whatnot. I don't remember what poster it was, but I remember, they actually pointed this out in the auction. But it's got like some stains or tape marks or something on the back. But oh, and this is why. This is a very special poster. A couple of these have come up before, but this is the first one I actually bought. Poppin' Stage. Yeah. So I think there's a Poppin' Stage EX poster as well. I'd like it, but this is definitely one of the highlights for me. Poppin' Stage is actually the only type of Poppin' cab that I don't own now, and who knows, that I might actually go for it at some point. But yeah, that's a cool one. I think we might get all the bangers in the first half here. Okay, smaller poster here. This might be another Melty Blood, or I don't remember. I think like the Type X stuff had B2 size posters for arcade as well. Throw that to your corner. It's a Capcom, Taito, yeah, no, it's Type X. And we've got Street Fighter V. Okay, so there are, I think there's like 8 of these in here, and yeah, if I find these again, I don't even bother pulling them out, because I got a bunch of these in one batch. Okay, let's just keep going at it. Got a bundle here of a bunch of posters, and I think we'll take a break there after this batch, and we'll split to another video after this. Got some Konami posters in here and some foil. So I think this might be some 2DX posters, which I got a couple. They were affordable. I don't think I was really intending to get them as cheap as we did, but no, these are old. These are newer ones. They're not like newer stuff. So yeah, again, this is 2DX posters. I think it's Copula and Cinnabuzz. So first one's Copula. I think this auction ended for 50 or so, 5,000 yen. which is kind of ridiculous, but they're not in great shape. They are beat up. They're definitely they've definitely been displayed in an arcade. But there's that, and then the one underneath it is, oh yeah, you can actually see the whatever residue was on the back of this is stuck to the poster behind it. Yeah, I know. Like this thing's already crinkly as hell. There's a reason these ended as cheap as they did. So, like, by no means does this disappoint me. It's just like, oh god, it's stuck on there. Ugh. Okay. And there's the one underneath, Cinnabus. Both of these are foil. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure these were arcade ones, not no, because the soundtrack ones are B2, I think. Yeah. So these are the arcade ones, and again, you know, they're pretty beat up. They've got you can tell they've been put up before. So anyway, yeah, we'll stop there for this batch of posters for this video, and I'll put up another video with the rest of it later, because there is still like over half the box left, and I'm already running out of space up here on the counter. Oh god. And we're running out of space on the counter even just to store the ones we go through. So we'll be back. We'll see you in another video with the rest of these.